What's up everyone? Welcome to today's video. Obviously you can tell from the title of it, I'm going to be sharing my go-to everyday makeup routine with you guys. This is my tried and true routine with so many of my favorite products, things that I've been using for years, and I have just basically gotten this routine down to a T, so I wanted to share it with you guys. First things first, I actually just want to say that I hope you guys are all doing well. I know I haven't really filmed any videos since all of the quarantine and social distancing, has started to go into effect, so I hope that you guys are all staying safe and staying home and whatnot and taking care of yourselves. I can't even imagine all of the different ways that your guys' lives have been affected from this, so just know that I'm thinking of you. I care about all of you so much, so I hope you're staying safe and healthy. That being said, obviously a lot of us have so much more free time and we're home and kind of adjusting to new routines, so I want to use this time to make as many videos as possible for you guys, so let me know in the comment section what other videos you want to see from me. Without further ado, I don't want to ramble too much, so if you guys are interested in how I created this just everyday, super easy makeup routine, keep on watching. So I'm actually going to start off by just pulling my hair back so that it doesn't get in my way while I'm doing my makeup. So for foundation, I'm actually more of a tinted moisturizer person. I just feel like it gives me enough coverage for day to day without being super heavy. So most of the time I just use my NYX BB cream, but I really love the NARS tinted moisturizer if you're looking for something a little bit more high end, if you kind of break out easily and you have to be, a little bit more cautious about using drugstore foundations. I don't have sensitive skin, so I haven't had any issues with either one of these. Also, the NARS one does have 30 SPF and the NYX one does not have any. To buff it in, I don't even know what brush this is because all of the label printing has worn off of it, but it's just an IT Cosmetics buffing foundation brush, so I just pick some up onto the brush and then put it on my face instead of putting the foundation directly on my face and then buffing it in. You'll see that the tinted moisturizer on its own doesn't add a ton of coverage, but by the time I go in with my under eye concealer and my face powder and everything, it is honestly just the perfect amount of coverage for day to day. And then for my under eyes, for years I've been using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This adds really good coverage. You don't need a ton of it. And most of the time I just use my finger to blend it in. So I just use a patting motion with my ring finger. But if I have a couple extra minutes in the morning when I'm getting ready, I'll definitely grab a damp beauty blender to do this. Using a beauty blender will kind of sheer it out and make it look a little bit more natural as well. So if that's the kind of look you're going for, I would try using a sponge instead of your finger or a brush. Then to go ahead and set everything, I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Face Powder. And I love this stuff so much. I used to never spend this much money on face powder. I would use my Maybelline Fit Me or the Rimmel Stay Matte, which are both really good drugstore powders if you're looking for one. But I got this kind of on a whim, I think. I don't remember why I even tried it. I just love the way that it looks on my skin, and it does add a tiny bit more coverage. So since I'm not going crazy with my foundation, I feel like this is what allows me to kind of get away with using a lighter coverage. I hate that I love this so much because it is obviously a lot more expensive than other face powders I've used in the past. So for my under eyes, I look up and I pat to set it as much as possible since I don't bake my under eyes like most people do. So that is it for my face coverage products. It's super quick, super easy, foolproof. Anyone could recreate the steps that I've done so far. So then next for my makeup, I go in with my bronzer. So my favorite bronzer brush is actually this powder brush from e.l.f. I will link it in the description box. I don't want to talk too much about a bronzer brush, but if you guys can see, it has a little bit more of a long flat shape rather than a round shape like most powder brushes, so it allows you to kind of get into the contour of your cheek really nicely, but also kind of blend everything out at the same time. So I start off by I usually tap off any excess product on my brush, and I will go in with it horizontally and just kind of lay the product down in the hollows of my cheek. And you can see that that's already starting to add a good bit of definition. And then once there's not a ton left on my brush, that's when I'll kind of turn it sideways and blend the product upward. I'm not really trying to contour, I'm just trying to warm up my cheeks, add a little bit of definition. And I don't think I mentioned this, but I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer. And then for blush, pretty much the only one that I use is Exposed from Tarte. You guys can see that I've totally hit pan on it. It's such a forgiving color, and it's just so universally flattering as well for so many different skin tones. And Tarte just overall, I would definitely say, is my favorite makeup brand. There are just so many pieces from their collection that I've used for years and repurchased and cannot get enough of. Moving on to highlighter, again, I'm using a Tarte product. This is the highlighter in the shade Stunner. Again, I have hardly any left in the pan. I think this is such an underrated highlighter. I've gone through multiples of it. I've been using it for years, and I just think it's so glowy and pretty. You can use it day to day and it's not over the top, but if you build it up, you could totally wear it for more of like a glamorous night out or special event. It just goes on so smoothly without having an actual like glittery, like frosty look on your face. And then I love to put highlighter on my nose. I kind of do like the middle part of my bridge and then the tip of my nose, kind of like making an exclamation point. So the next step in my makeup routine is eyebrows. I stopped caring about my eyebrows as much as I used to. I would get them waxed and I'd fill them in and blah 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 blah. But as you guys can see, my eyebrows are naturally full, so all I really do at this point to maintain them is just tweeze them and use little scissors to trim the long hairs. So then for a day-to-day kind of basis, all I put in my brows is some type of pomade or gel or like brow mascara. So right now I'm using Boy Brow from Glossier. I love this. Another good option would be the NYX brow mascara. A lot of people love Gimme Brow from Benefit. It's just such an easy way to define your brows, and for me personally, my eyebrows sometimes get like an ashy sort of color to them from putting on all my foundation products. So this just darkens them and it gets rid of that while also giving some hold to my actual brow hairs to keep them in place all day. So I just brush in the direction of my hair growth, but if you have pretty sparse eyebrow hairs and you're looking to fill them up even more, you could brush your brows in the opposite direction to really build up the product to your actual brow hairs and then brush them in the direction of hair growth to smooth it out. My hands down favorite mascara pretty much of all time is Maneater from Tarte. Kind of like I was saying about the highlighter, I feel like this is sort of an underrated product. It doesn't really get as much hype as some of the other more popular mascaras on the market, but I love the applicator to this. You do have to take a little bit more time to build up the product, but I would rather do that than have a really goopy mascara that gets messy really quick. So I look down while I'm applying my mascara and I prefer to kind of blink onto the wand. I feel like the pressure of blinking builds up the product and kind of pushes it in between each lash instead of sitting there and trying to do it on my own. And also by looking down, it prevents you from hitting your brow bone or your lid with the mascara wand while you're applying it. And then once everything's looking good, I will apply the mascara to the backs of my lashes. So still looking down, I use the wand to get the backs, and this adds so much length to your lashes because this way you can really get the tips of them, which are really easily missed when you're applying the mascara from the bottom of your lashes. So definitely try that if you're looking to add more length to your lashes. You guys are always asking me about the mascara that I use and how I apply it and everything, so there's really nothing special to it. I do the same application method regardless of the mascara that I'm using. So then with whatever's left on the mascara wand, I will do my bottom lashes, and I look up while I'm doing my bottom ones and I just kind of wiggle the wand onto them and try to get the bottoms of my lashes again to really coat the tips of them and add a lot of length. Okay, so now that I'm done with all of that kind of stuff and my hair won't get in the way anymore, I'm taking that down. So then the very last step in my makeup routine is applying some type of lip product. A lot of the times I usually just put on chapstick because it's so forgiving and easy. So if I want something like that, I will usually use my Glossier coconutbalm.com. If you guys aren't familiar with what this is, it's actually just a universal kind of salve. So you could use it like on your cuticles or if you have any patches of dry skin. I only use mine on my lips though, so this is just super hydrating and it still adds a nice glossy kind of shine. But today I'm actually going to use the cherrybomb.com. It's the same exact product, but this one just has a red tint to it. The other one is completely clear, so I do that and I just put a dot in the middle of my lip and then blend it out with my finger. So as you guys can see, it was super red at first, but by the time you blend it out, it's just a nice sort of rosy tint to your lips. So if you want a little bit of color, but you don't want to wear an actual lipstick or a lip gloss or anything. Also, it 100% tastes and smells like those pull apart Twizzlers. So if you guys like those, you will like this. But that is everything to my day-to-day kind of makeup routine. Obviously with social distancing and quarantine and everything, I've only done my makeup like 4 times in the past month. But when I go back to work and when I was going to work, this is just my go-to makeup routine. It is so easy, so forgiving. Obviously, you guys could customize it in whatever way you need to suit your personal makeup preferences and whatnot. But I hope that you guys still found this video helpful and you got some inspiration from it. If you have any questions at all, definitely leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Also, all of the products and brushes that I used will be linked in the description box for you guys. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that that is everything that I had to say to you guys. So thank you for watching this video. Definitely comment below and give me any other video recommendations. I have so much free time right now, so I of course want to film whatever videos you guys are interested in. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!